and I'm ready.
What's up, y'all, man? Y'all here. It is another edition of MCXP Radio in studio for BGSC Network, man. I'm your boy, your host, the musicologist, A. Reed. I got a special guest, man. My boy Broken. He's here. We gonna talk NBA in-season tournament, man. Can't wait, can't wait, can't wait. So, without further ado, man, let's get this show started, man. Just like how we do.
Swagger pimp, yeah. Can't now another nigga like me. Yeah. Okay, it goes 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, rockin'. It's time for hip hop. On they reach watch, no sir, not for show. No bars made up for fairy tales. I'm trying for a tragedy, I know it well. So put your hands up in the air just for the winners. A peace sign, the pimps, the prostitutes, the sinners. We all deserve a second chance, but we products of illusion and victims of our own circumstance. Apply the pressure, I bet you can. Live the life that you love, shout out to Rand. Love the life that you live, shout out again. It ain't a tough pill to swallow once you comprehend.
Yes. We are back at it, man. It's your boy Reed, and I'm here with my boy Broken. You are in the mix, man. This is MCXP Radio in studio from the BGSC network, man. Most def, man. You guys are kicking it in the Monday Man Cave. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys joining, listening, and everything. Continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to follow, continue to leave comments. We love all the interaction that you guys have been getting for us, man. So we love it, man. Broken, man. It's good to see you, man. Well, of course, I can't see your picture, man. But I know what the hell you look like, man. It's good to hear your voice, though, bro. I know you've been busy out there on the road.
Nah, that's actually me right there. That's me. That's that profile picture right there. That you see right there. That's me. That's me. I'm good,
Okay, okay,
and
okay.
I'm good.
Because it looked like a young Harry Belafonte. Look like, you know what I'm saying, Obama in the mix. But I like it though.
uh,
I
yeah,
dig it though.
he
Yeah,
favors me. You know, he favors me.
man, it's good to hear you, man. Good to hear you. I'm glad you're back, man, for a couple days. Appreciate you coming out here to join me, man. Be a part of this show again, man. Shout out to everyone
Yeah,
that's tuning in. Y'all know, man, it is MCSP Radio here doing our thing. And we're gonna be talking about the NBA in-season tournament, brand new, man, that it was just released and talked about and whatnot. And I think it's got a lot of people are hyped. A lot of people are hyped about it. I'm one of those people that actually feel like I need to see it to believe it. I really need to see it to believe it. I did have something that I didn't want to talk about on my musicologist mindset, but because of this in-season tournament, I'm gonna just go ahead and skip that today. I'm gonna just skip that. Just know, y'all, that I hope and pray that everybody is living their best life, doing what they need to do, and taking care of themselves in the best way possible. Y'all know that I always talk about the mental health at the end of the show, man, and that stuff is real. It's definitely real. So anybody that is ever going through it, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that number up. It's a mental health hotline that's right there that you guys can always call. But make sure you always got somebody in your corner that you can talk to that can help you out, get you through some situations, whether it's friends, family, whether it's a therapist, whoever it may be, man. Make sure that y'all get that help that you need so you can live the life that you need. You know what I'm talking about? So without further ado, man, let's get into this show. Broken, let's talk about this, man. You kicked it in the
yeah.
Monday Man Cave, man. So look, Adam Silver, and I believe it was during the draft. I think Adam Silver came out with the idea that the NBA will be having an in-season tournament this season. It's the inaugural season that they're going to try it out. And what this tournament is right in the middle of the season. I believe it starts November 3rd. Yeah, November 3rd, and it's going to last all the way up to December 9th.
Well, early season. That's like towards the beginning of that's the beginning of the season, right?
Yeah, because the season doesn't really necessarily starts about what, like September, October, something like that.
Uh, yeah, but you know the actual how you would say like the cult kind of saying is that this NBA season doesn't start until Christmas.
True, True.
A lot of people so that's kind of like a general, the fan, I guess the culture, kind of says that, NBA, nobody pays attention to NBA before Christmas, or it doesn't really start till Christmas. So I think the NBA is trying to add
Well,
something, and they specifically do say that they're trying to add interest to the early season, portion of the schedule. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is
okay.
more of a kind of early season thing to get people engaged in the season before Christmas.
Now you said that nobody pays attention to the season early. I think that's a lie.
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
a
I
lie.
mean, well, true NBA fans definitely, but I mean, that's a saying for a reason, and I don't think it necessarily comes from haters in general. But Major League Baseball playoffs are going on
Mhm.
in October, and they bleed into November. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have the Major League Baseball playoffs going on. The World Series is going on. NFL is still in full swing. NFL is going to its later portions of its season,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's still very high interest in the NFL around that time. So yeah, I mean there is kind of reasons to say, the NBA season doesn't start until Christmas. I mean, so like, or people don't pay attention to it. And maybe that's just, we're talking about casuals. So we're talking about casual fans. Of course, the hardcore NBA fan is watching games from the beginning, from opening day.
Yeah. I think you make a good point with the NFL kind of being where it's at around that October, November time, because usually that's about playoffs or getting close to the playoffs around that time. End of the season, you're getting ready for divisional games. So I think with this in-season tournament, it's a way to get fans, like you were saying earlier, more engaged into the NBA. Aside from the fact that the NFL and stuff going on. Um, but it's a very interesting. This is a very interesting tournament that he came up with. And let's talk about it, man. So from what is it from one of the things is it's saying is that it's going to include all 30 teams,
Right.
um, and they'll be split into 6 groups. So you'll have 3 on the east, you'll have 3 on the west. Okay. It's a random draw of who's going to play who, and that is basically determined by the record from last season. So whatever their season was, whatever their record was from last season, will kind of determine where they're going to be at. You know what I'm saying? In the groups, um, each team ends up playing each other once. So you probably have about 5 teams in each group, but they're going to play each other one time. So you get 2 road games, you get 2 away games. Okay. I'm looking at it. Now they saying that these games still count. These tournament games still do count as regular season games, wins and losses. It's not a different bracket. It's not, you know, how do you say it in a different kind of construct or anything like that. Like all of these games that they play in this tournament will determine, it still counts as wins and losses in their entire record for the season. So it makes it
Well,
almost
if
like a must win.
if you know anything about cup play, which so World Cup, FIFA World Cup, it's usually in soccer or football. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Football,
Football.
football. I don't
Yeah.
know how to pronounce that, but
Oh,
we call it soccer here in the States.
soccer.
And if you know how soccer group play is, this is kind of what this is, right? So
Mm.
you have your group stage where every team plays the other team in their group, and then you have knockout rounds, and then you'll have a semifinal and a final.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
uh, quarterfinals.
Yeah. Shout out to BGSE, man. Yes, he said the winning team will get a higher payout. So yeah. Um,
Yeah, and the
they
farther the farther yeah. So they added players. They added to where the incentive for players was teams that go farther get higher higher payouts. So they have some financial incentive to go farther in this tournament.
Okay, so they had some financial backing. I thought it was just regular tournament, but okay, I feel like
There's
it
a
had to be
prize.
some
There's
type.
a prize. There's a prize pool.
Okay, okay, okay. That's why I wanted to make sure because I didn't know necessarily. Uh, as I said, they have to do something. I just want to see. I
I don't
feel
see
you.
any. I don't see anything that states what the pool is, what the actual payout is, or how much money it is. But there is a prize pool, and there's a trophy that will be given out at the end of this.
Yeah, yeah. So out of all of those groups, the team with the best record in each group, they will move on. But then the team that has the next best record out of all of those groups will become a wild card team. So you'll end up having 8 teams that'll uh, move into the single elimination round, which
The
is
not,
winner. Yeah,
yeah,
is winner go home.
they're calling it the knockout rounds,
Yeah, the knockout round.
and those are
Basically,
single elimination games.
yeah, basically winner go home. Now that to me, now that's kind of interesting. Um, because it's almost like every game is going to be a game 7.
Yeah, so you have a quarterfinals, a semifinals, and champion. And like I said, if you have any familiarity with things like the World Cup or what is it called? Not Copa America, but the America Cup or something, because different parts of the world do these cups. So in soccer, America and South America has a cup. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Europe they have like the the Champions League and all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Where
yeah,
so the NBA took this cup idea and they're doing it with their own teams. So they're not, it's like taking a world kind of like an idea of a tournament that's usually reserved for countries playing each other or teams in different leagues, because the European the Champions League is teams from different leagues in Europe. So
mm,
you will have Manchester United, who's in the English Premier League, and they'll be playing uh, Madrid, who's in. I come on, man. I'm gonna sound like a dumb American because if I can't figure out which country Madrid is in, I think I don't see. I'm not even gonna say which country because if I'm wrong, I'm gonna sound dumb. But I
it's
believe
one of them foreign countries. It's one of them foreign countries.
Let's say Barcelona. Four. No, it's definitely more than four.
It's one of them
I
foreigns.
believe foreign. Oh yeah, Barcelona is in
Madrid is
Spain. I
Spain,
think
bro. Madrid is Spain.
is Madrid Spain.
Yeah,
I know Barcelona is Spain. I
yeah. I think
believe.
Madrid is Spain, man. You know. But look. If we both saying Spain and we both, I'll be done with you. I'll be done with you. Okay. I'll be done with
Dude, I'm not even that bad at geography or like kind of like world history. Like I know for sure Manchester United is in the English Premier League, but I know some English Premier League teams. I know Chelsea. I know Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? You got Man City. You got Man U. You
you.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But when it comes to some of those other countries' leagues, like I think German Bundesliga and all that, I don't know all that stuff. But let's get back to this.
Yeah, well, you good. Shout out to Big Game, man. He's just posted in the comments that the winning team of this tournament is going to get 500K. The second place team is going to get 200K. So,
Okay. So
yeah,
they would split that 15 ways or 12. What
I
would be
would,
the,
I, would- I would,
because
ex-
your roster is what, 15, or your active roster is what, 12, 13?
it's like, I want to say 12. I want to say it's a 12 man roster because you got your 5 starters, you got your 6 man, 7, 8. I think it's 12. I want to say 12. Um, from what Big Game is saying, he just posted it up again. He said that's per person, so each person will get about 500K. So that's crazy. So that's
No.
if
That's per
that's the
player.
case, yeah, if that's per player, then that's one hell of an incentive. That's one hell of an incentive, especially like
Uh,
right in the mid of the
uh,
season,
uh.
you know. And
I
the
mean, I
funny
like
part
how
about it,
they do it with the. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was just saying one of the things I like about it is that they're trying to make it um like appointment viewing, right? Like they're trying to make it a thing to where they have the games on nights, so they're gonna have the games on Tuesdays and Thursday nights.
Yeah, I
So
saw that.
every NBA game on Tuesdays and Thursday nights during this period are going to be the in season tournament games. So I think they shouldn't even just call it the in season tournament. I think they should just call it the name of the trophy, because apparently the name of the trophy is going to be the NBA Cup. So to me, that's what they should just call it. Why say, oh, NBA in season turn? No, just call it the NBA Cup. Just say this is the NBA Cup, because
Yeah.
that's what you win after you get it. So every Tuesday and Friday, and there's no reason for the fans might as well just start calling it that. You don't need the NBA to like make up a name for it. The fans would just say, hey, we just call it the NBA Cup. So the NBA Cup games will be on Tuesdays and Fridays. So it's like appointment viewing now. So it's like, okay, I know these Tuesday and Thursday night games are going to be NBA Cup games. So
So
they're a little more important than just regular season games.
so that would mean then that whatever your schedule is at the beginning, it just completely changes when it comes to November to this for the Tuesday. I guess for the Tuesday and
Well,
Thursday
no,
game.
well, all of
Is
these
every team
games,
supposed to
no,
play on Tuesday and Thursday?
yes, every team. It says every team plays on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and all of those games count as regular season games and towards the NBA Cup games.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm, okay. I double checked and looked it up, man. Just like Big Game. Yeah, he said he double checked and looked at it according to SB Nation. But yeah, I'm looking at it here on Google. It's saying that each player on the winning team will receive 500K, and the second place team will receive 200K each. That's one hell of a incentive to me. Um, Mid-season time. Now, of course, these guys make buku's loads of money, but coming from a guy who ain't never held 500K, who ain't never held 200K, in his pocket, damn. I mean, that would give me a reason to go out there and pretty much ball out. But my main thing is this in season. Well, is this in season tournament gonna cause some of your stars to kind of, start doing their load management, or is it the fact that
No.
it's
I
the
mean, if well, it seems like what they're trying to do is discourage that, right? So they're trying to discourage the stars from doing load management by giving them this high ass payout. So if every player on each team gets 500,000, get 500K, that's like a nice little, that'll, for a guy like, let's say, uh, your boy in Golden State, Draymond Green. For a guy like Draymond Green to win 500K, hey man, that'll pay for all of his suspensions and techs and stuff like that, and all of his fines that he's gonna get throughout the season. So I mean, you could rack up 500K in fines, and then you win this little tournament. Like, boom, man, that'll cover all my fines, man. That'll work.
yeah, but then you
So,
look at a guy, you look at a guy like LeBron James that makes, I mean, he has money out the ass.
he's close to a billionaire, right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 500K, 200K is not really necessarily going to matter to somebody like that. Well, this is to me. I don't think it's going to necessarily matter to a guy like that because he's
I
already
mean,
making.
it might matter to Zion. He got a little more spending money. You know what I'm saying on them. Ja can buy Ja, Ja can buy him some more heat. You know what I'm saying? He can buy some more guns.
Job.
Zion and Ja. You know what I'm saying? They might. We know what they can spend their money on. We know what they spend in theirs on. We already know.
Like anybody would be scared of a guy named Job. I know that's kind of off topic, and I think Ja is a very talented athlete. I do still believe that he just makes some dumb decisions, but I think he can definitely get over this. But for real, man, and I know
Dude,
it's kind of. It's kind of unfairly, but
we've blown it up, but he ain't done a whole. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get arrested. He ain't done no domestic abuse or anything
Mhm,
like that. He ain't.
mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So this is something he can get over. He just need to mature a little bit, and it's he can get over it. He can move past this, man. He just need to focus a little more on basketball, focus on his game. Just in the off season, just try to get better. A little less partying, a little more hitting the gym and getting them shots up. And I mean, he'll be all right. I don't, you know, but then again, does he want to do that? So that's the whole point. It's like you would hope these guys take their career seriously, but
Yeah,
when you have that much money, like you said, it's kind of easy to be like, shit, man, I'm already here, I already made it, and I can have fun, man. I can just live my life, and you can't tell me nothing. It's all about dedication to the game. How much do you care about the game?
yeah,
You got guys like Kobe and Jordan who that's what they cared about the most.
yeah.
So that's what they just care about. They just cared about the game.
But this
You
is
know what I'm
another thing.
saying?
This is another thing, though. We didn't have social media then.
Not with
Now,
Jordan and Kobe didn't have it. Yeah, Kobe seemed like a guy that he wouldn't be on social media that much even nowadays. He
yeah,
would use it. He would use it sparingly. And
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, Steph doesn't do social media that much. He grew up in the social media age versus a guy like Durant who's always on social media.
Burn
And
accounts.
Kevin Durant will even join Spaces. He'll join Twitter Spaces and talk to people on
Mhm.
Twitter Spaces. So I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with either approach as long as you are still focusing on your game and you still trying to get better. Kevin Durant's a great player. Like he doesn't. I mean, everybody needs to work out in the off season, but he's not a young player that's still focusing on bettering his game. Even though, I mean, you can always add something even later in your career. Kobe showed that. Kobe tried to do that. He always tried. He always said he tried to add something to his game every
Mhm.
offseason. I believe Jordan, that was one of Jordan's philosophies too, to try to work on something new, try to add some kind of, trick, put something else in your bag. We
Yeah, yeah,
always
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about we
yeah, yeah.
always talk about we always talk about he's in his bag. He's in his bag. Well, put more moves in your bag. You know what I'm saying? Put more tricks in your bag. Every offseason, that's what I would like to see these guys do.
That's what made those
Some of
guys
these,
unstoppable. That's what made
that's
those
what made,
guys
yeah,
unstoppable because they
yeah,
they never stopped
yeah,
developing. They never stopped developing. Right when you
yeah.
thought you knew what they were going to do, they had another trick up their sleeve. You were just like, how do I defend this? You know. Uh,
Right,
I will
right.
say that with this social media age, and it's funny because even when you know when you have talks with your boys, you at work and you haven't talked, a lot of people, especially it's such a small uh, percentage of people that actually get to live this kind of life where they're making this kind of money on a regular basis. I mean, to be honest, it's got to be a dream job that you actually just play a
Well,
sport
yeah,
for a living and you
it's
get
like a one.
paid millions and millions of dollars. It's a
It's
once in a
like a one.
lifetime thing.
It's a 1% thing. It's
Yeah.
1% of Americans. This is a 1% thing where 1% of America is gonna get this chance.
So it's hard to say as people, I mean, I've said it millions of times, me being a part of the working class and whatnot, that man, if I had that much money, man, I'd do this and I would do that and I would do this and I would do that. But then again, you got to put yourself in those guys' shoes and all the situation and the things that they come across on a daily basis. You know what I'm saying? Especially,
Their life ain't like ours. We can't
it ain't,
understand that. We can't understand their life.
it ain't.
We don't understand. We can't understand their life and depending on how long they've been living a life like that, like LeBron can't understand my life. He can't understand what I went through. So a lot
Mhm.
of times, we want these guys to try to relate to either the hood or to the working man or to whatever. Like they can have empathy. Everybody can show some kind of empathy, but at the end of the day, they can't relate to the way we live, bro. They never lived that way, low key.
Real talk.
Like LeBron grew up poor and everything like that, but even while he was going through high school, he wasn't really living at home with his mom. He was living with coaches and stuff like that. He was already going through AAU. He was already getting special privileges in high school. He was the big man on campus. You know what I'm saying? So these
Mm-hmm.
elite athletes like that have always had privileges that the regular man ain't had. So, I mean, let's just be honest about that.
I mean, I would be interested to step in their shoes for maybe like a week if I could
Well, yeah,
possibly.
that.
I
Well,
would just want
everybody,
to see it
yeah,
for a
yeah.
week. You know what I'm saying? Especially like being the superstar of the team. If you're the face of a freaking team, you know what I'm saying? It just how crazy that is. Like, and I used to want that, man. Me being a music guy and stuff like that, man. I used to tell my mom all the time I want to be famous. I told her, Mama, you're gonna see me on Oprah one day, and this is that and the third. And I wanted to, I feel like, having all that money and that fame and that stuff is gonna be beautiful. And as I
I
kind of
wanted, I
grow up,
wanted, I wanted to play Major League Baseball, and I
I
didn't.
never
And
stopped.
me personally, I wanted to play Major League Baseball for the love of the game. Again, for the love of the game more than just the money.
God, I wish
It
I
was
never
just,
stopped.
it's just the love. It's the love of the game. So,
I
I
wish I
think
never stopped. Jesus Christ.
it's no way to break down the percentage of players in the NBA who play for the love, and then the other players who play for the money. I mean, but there is certain stories that you hear from certain guys, like Andrew Bynum wasn't really a huge fan of the game itself. You know what I'm saying? Like Andrew Bynum was a guy who didn't really play basketball until like late in high school and stuff like that, and even though he developed into a pretty good player and got some pretty good moves, he's just pretty much a tall guy.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
just he's just he just tall. He just had the height and some of the athleticism. So a coach sees that. Be like, why are you not playing basketball? Like, okay, we're gonna get you in the gym. We're gonna get you on this high school team. You can help me win some games. You know what I'm saying? So and that's versus a guy who might have been like 5'8" or 5'9" or 5'10", and he was playing since he was like 4 years old.
true, true,
You see what I'm saying? Like
true.
there's a difference.
It's
There's
like
there's a
it's like
there's a
that guy
real
would have to.
there's a real difference.
It's like that guy would kind of have to prove himself just like a little bit more. Like and that's kind of funny because when you look at stuff like that, the
Well,
Andrew
in
Bynums,
basketball, height matters so much in
height matters so
basketball to
much.
where
Height matters
yeah.
so much. The Andrew Bynums, the Greg Odens, you know, shit, you just being tall. What's that other one?
The Michael
Mecca,
Olowokandis.
yeah, all over Candy, a Mecca Okafor, it's
Right.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
your height means everything. So automatically, hey, we're gonna get you on this basketball team, and you're gonna do this and this. And they recruit you to a big enough school, UConn, Duke, something like that, then maybe
Right.
help you get you some looks and whatnot. And
They'll put you in a private school. They'll put you in a private school in high school. They'll get you to the best basketball school in the state or in the county. You know what I'm saying? Or the region. You know what I'm saying? So, and then the coach will be like, "Hey, if you don't have anywhere to live, you can live at my house. Your address will be at my house, so you'll be eligible to play in this division, in this league, or whatever." And a lot of times they'll have a scholarship, a private high school scholarship, to where they don't even have to pay for private school in high school.
right,
You see what I'm saying? So
right.
that's before they get the scholarship to go to college. And these guys go to college and get scholarships and free rides, full free rides, and so some of these guys don't play for the love. That's just they playing because they can.
I don't know how I feel about staying with my coach, living with my coach. I don't know how I feel about that.
I mean, if your home situation is not great, I mean, you gotta
True.
understand. A lot of, unfortunately, a lot of young black men
Came from,
came
yep.
from broken homes, or they came from some poor situations or whatever like that. So living with your coach or the family of your coach, or an assistant one of the assistant coaches let you sleep there. That's actually a godsend for a lot of
For a
these
lot of
young
guys,
men.
yeah. Yeah,
for
you're
a
right.
lot of guys and kept them off the street. You know what I'm saying? The fact, and it gave them somewhere safe to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Somewhere safe and comfortable.
some
And
kind of
then
structure.
not only can they play sports, but they can focus on a little bit of schooling as well. You know what I'm saying? And they can actually focus on trying to pass, trying to actually get some okay grades to to be eligible to play and stuff
No
like
doubt.
that.
No doubt.
Even though we know they kind of jukes that a little bit and a
Uh,
lot of it
you know how
for
they go.
NFL, for college players, football players, and
You
basketball
know,
players. It's nothing necessarily wrong with that.
you know how it goes, man. That's why you got the NIL now and stuff like that. Ladies and gentlemen, MCXP Radio in the studio. As you can see there down there on the ticket, you guys can cash out with the MCXP Radio, man, because we got shirts and everything that's coming down, man. I want to give some giveaways. I want to give you shirts. I want to give you clothing. I want to give you cups and everything like that. So donations, donations, donations. If you don't mind, I'm not begging you for it, but if you do it, I got some stuff coming for y'all, man. Um, Going back to that tournament, it was saying that it was an
Right.
18 single elimination. The last four teams are going to end up in Vegas, and they'll be doing the semifinals and the finals. And then, of course, you'll have the two teams that end up playing the finals, and you got the championship. We've already discussed, that the winning team will get the 500, the second place team will get the 200. Let me ask you, man,
Okay, now this
how
is it. Now this is interesting. Okay, wait, where? Yeah, I saw that. Where? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Uh, why are they having why are they having the the semifinal and the final in Vegas?
because it's Vegas. I mean,
Why?
it's,
Why is it there?
it's Vegas. Mhm.
Okay, what's so special about Vegas?
It's Vegas. Why did the Raiders move over there to Vegas? What's so special about
Okay,
it?
well
As the same.
we're not talking about the Raiders though. Why is the NBA doing these? You don't see where I'm going with this question?
No, I don't.
Maybe they trying to encourage betting. Maybe they trying to encourage more betting on this little NBA Cup thing they're doing.
Okay. Okay. Maybe.
Because I mean, you can
Maybe.
bet you'll be able to bet these games. You'll be able to bet these games really good, right? Because
Maybe.
you're gonna have single eliminate. You're gonna have single elimination games. You're gonna have I mean just imagine the bets, right? Which team is gonna come out of Group A, Group B, Group C, West and East, right?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
which eight teams are gonna make the knockout round,
Yeah.
and then you can bet the quarterfinals, the semis, and the championship game. So you'll be able to bet these games and placing them in Las Vegas to me is a wink wink at the betting industry to say, hey, like we're gonna pump these games
Hmm.
as betters, as betting games.
Hmm. It's a nice, interesting take. It's a nice, interesting take. And I'm sure a league like that, like the NBA, just like the NFL, is always looking to get more money in whichever way that they can, whichever way that they can. You know what I'm saying? So,
Who plays
man,
in the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas? Is that the hockey team? Is that their stadium?
team is damn. That's a good. Is it
That's
that
probably
the
that's probably the hockey. It's probably the hockey team. It's probably what are they called?
the Knights? Then they just win the
Golden Knights. Yeah, yeah. I believe they
they
just
just won
won
the cup, didn't they?
the Stanley Cup. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, the Vegas Golden Knights. They play there.
Yeah, they play there.
Uh,
So that's their stadium. And it's brand new stadium. I'm sure brand new stadium just built. Golden Knights only been in
yeah,
the league for what 3 years?
yeah. Well, it
Two
opened in
two.
it actually opened in 2016. The
Oh, okay. So it's been there.
stadium
So it's
did.
been there. It's been there
Yeah.
for a while.
Um. And man, I mean, look.
Yeah, they probably play NCAA tournament games there too. I'm sure they
Yeah.
play regional. They play regional games there in the NCAA tourney.
Yeah. They get their money. I think Vegas has enough money to sit there and support that. And I mean, I think it's kind of cool that Las Vegas has a squad. I think it's cool. I think it's kind of strange because I would never think that a team would want to go over there. But I mean, like for all the reasons that you just said, the betting, the money, the atmosphere, everything like that, man, I could see why Las Vegas could be a definite spot. Even to dwell off and talk about the Raiders, you know, um,
Well,
again,
The NFL has, like, historically, the NFL has always tried to distance themselves from the betting aspect on the league. They've only really kind of been, uh, more acceptable to being associated with sports betting in the recent years, especially since fantasy football caught a hold so much, you know what I'm saying? But
mhm,
most sports leagues, that's why they stayed out of Las Vegas, because they never wanted to be associated with the specter and the accusations of impropriety and uh, illegality. You know what I'm saying? Just
yeah,
the fraud. All the
all the
scandals of
fraudulence and
yeah,
yeah, the scandals
the
and stuff that
scandals
could come around.
of yeah, yeah. So that's definitely why there's no NBA team there. It's definitely why, and it's definitely why the NFL stayed away from Vegas for so long. But I mean, as sports betting has become legal in many states and more acceptable, the NFL is, kind of been more open to being associated with it. So they say, hey, we can put a team in Vegas now because, but that's why they punish sports betting by their players so harshly. Because even though they know the sports betting is a huge moneymaker and it's $1 billion industry, the sports betting surrounding the NFL, especially, because more betting goes on the NFL than any other sport in the United
Yeah,
States.
yeah.
NFL is the betting sport, period.
You couldn't
So I
you couldn't
mean,
see an expansion team in the future for the NBA?
for NBA,
Yeah.
uh, NBA has 30 teams. When you expand, you usually want to expand by two. So maybe it's possible. It's possible. I think we talked about that, right? Which cities should get a team
I
or
don't know.
whatever.
I can't remember if we did, but I know. I,
Um,
I know. I've always said Seattle needs to come back.
yeah, Seattle,
Yeah.
The
But are
Sonics,
they are
and
they going to be the Supersonics again? That's the only way that they can come back from me. They got to be the Supersonics. They got to be
yeah,
the green and the gold and the
I
white.
believe, I believe they kept the name. Yeah, I believe the city kept the rights to the name. So yeah, they gotta come back with the Sonic. I mean, I don't care what their color scheme is. I mean, it should be similar. Obviously, I think it'll be similar to what the Seahawks have. I mean, every city kind of seem like they have their colors in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think the Sonics. I think it should be the Supersonics. Definitely. Why not? Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. 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 As far as this tournament, man, how actually excited about it are you?
I mean, the more I look at the details of it, I mean, the more it interests me. It does intrigue me. I mean, it really does. You got these. You can debate a lot of this. So I think this is going to create a lot of content for NBA bloggers and NBA fans to talk about. Let's talk about these groups, right? So group Western Conference, you have Group A, B, C. Obviously, Group A is the Grizzlies, Suns, Lakers, Jazz, and Portland Trailblazers.
Okay.
So, so you're gonna have the Lakers, for instance, is gonna play the Jazz, Blazers, Suns, and Grizzlies. They're gonna play each each other team once. Group B, you have the Nuggets, Clippers, Pelicans, Mavericks, Rockets. Group C, you got the Kings, Warriors, Timberwolves, Thunder, Spurs. So I guess you would say, okay, who's gonna come out of these groups? So I think
Yeah. Let's shit. Let's break that down. Why don't we break it down?
I got the Lakers coming out of Group A.
Let's talk about this. So, okay, let me pull this up. So okay, so yes, the West Group A, Memphis, Phoenix, Lakers, Jazz, Portland. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Lakers. I'm gonna say Lakers too. I'm gonna say
Okay.
Lakers. I don't think I don't think Utah got all the pieces. I'm not counting Portland. I think Phoenix may be y'all's
Well,
toughest opponent, maybe.
yeah, no, not maybe for sure. I mean, come on, with Bill over there now, and they still got Booker and
Yeah, but
and Durant
okay, but you named
and
three
and
guys,
they
man.
still got the center. They still got their center.
I
What's his name? Old boy that don't get rebounds. That
Aiton,
he
DeAndre
yeah
Ayton.
he kind of shies away from the ball a little bit sometimes.
But man, but it takes
He
a whole
stands
team,
he
man.
stands he stands around while everyone's fighting for rebounds. He's like standing to the side, looking like maybe I should do something here.
It takes a bench, bro. It takes a bench. It takes other people. It
Yeah,
takes
but no, but in this though, in this no, because
still.
these are only no, these are not. We're not talking about. That's what's interesting about this too. This is a different type of tournament, bro. This is it. You don't necessarily. I mean, you need a bench, I guess during the season. You need a bench to pick up the slack during a 7-game series and stuff like that. But especially once you get to the knockout round with these games, like you can play your starters. You know what I'm saying? Like you can play. And I mean, of course, the bench could be a factor in any game, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure if you really worried about a super deep bench when it comes to something like this. I mean, unless you have injuries during the season.
Let's have fun with this, man. Let's have fun with this. Let's go ahead and let's try to determine who we feel is going to end up being the winner out of this whole damn thing. So out of the West Group A, we're going to go ahead and
Okay.
say I agree with you. We'll go Lakers. Okay.
Okay.
West Group B, we got Denver, the Clippers, Pelicans, Mavs, and the Rockets. Now, I'm a homer. Of course, I'm gonna say Mavs.
I got the Nuggets coming out of
But if we're
that
gonna
group.
be realistically about it, I'm gonna probably go ahead and say Denver. I
All
want the
right.
Mavs, but we'll go ahead and say Denver. I mean, hell, they just
Okay.
won the championship anyway. All right, so Group C, we have the Kings, the Warriors, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Spurs.
I got the Warriors coming out of that group.
Okay, okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. All right, let's go to the East now. East Group A, we've got Philly, we got Cleveland Cavaliers, we've got the Hawks, we got the Pacers, and we got the Pistons. It's kind of an ugly group right there. Uh, I think at the end that's going to be between Philly and the Cavs, but I think ultimately maybe well shit. I think ultimately probably looking at
Wait,
Philly.
wait, wait. Who? Oh, Group A, East Group A.
Yeah, yeah, we're probably looking at Philly.
Uh, yeah, we probably looking at Philly.
Or can we even count Philly? Because there's
We
so much
we
stuff
we
that
pro-
goes on with Philly.
we probably looking at Philly or the Hawks.
No, I'm not saying
I mean,
Hawks. I'm not saying
based on how far they went in the playoffs last year. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you think? I mean,
I,
The Hawks made the playoffs, right?
but I don't feel like the Hawks have enough to. Uh, I
Yeah,
just don't see it.
this is a different thing though.
Cleveland
We're
might
not
actually.
talking about 7-game series though. We're talking
I know
about
that.
regular season games to where anything can happen. Uh, you can catch teams on off nights. It's gonna be interesting. Like this is something that's opening up to the whole league to where the whole league has a chance to win this thing. It's not just play 82 games, you didn't make the playoffs, you have no chance to win because you're not even in the playoffs. Every team is involved. So, I mean, can you count the Indiana Pacers out?
Yes, I am. I am. What have they done recently? What have they done? I mean, show me what you've done. Show me
Can
what
you
you've done.
count Can you count the Orlando Magic out of Group C? Can you count them out?
You can kind of, man. Look, okay. So who we gonna choose, man, out of this group?
We said the
Philly,
76ers out of Group
Cavs.
A.
Probably, okay, so let's go 76ers.
76ers. Okay.
Okay, Group B, we're looking at Milwaukee, looking at the New York Knicks, Miami Heat, Washington Wizards, Charlotte Hornets. That's probably actually
Okay,
going to be an
now
interesting
now
group.
out of all these groups, I think this is actually the best group right here.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think
the
it's a
most
very
in-
interesting
this
group.
is the most interesting group to me because of the Bucks, Knicks, and Heat. Those three teams right there, I think those three teams are going to be interesting.
If they,
This is an interesting group.
if they make that Dame trade, then I'm gonna go Heat for sure. I'm gonna go Heat for sure.
Yeah,
If they
I
make
would have
that
to
Dame
say
trade.
if they
But
get
even
yeah if
but
they
even
get
right now,
Dame.
though, even right now, I mean,
Even right now, this is still pick 'em group. It's you can pick them in this group. You can because we're talking about 4 games. You gotta realize we're only talking about 4 games. It's the best record out of 4 games. And then these tiebreakers are crazy. Like, did you look at all these tiebreakers they have? Because
Mhm,
with only
mhm.
4 games, they have to introduce all these tiebreakers because it's going to be a lot of teams 2-2. It'll be teams 3-1. You might get one group where all 5 teams go fucking 1-3. Well, no,
Yeah,
they couldn't do that. No, I'm wrong. They wouldn't be able to do that
I
because
mean,
you can't lose. Because you can't lose that many. It's no way each team could go 1-3.
oh no, you playing 4
Yeah,
games. You playing
no,
4.
no,
You can go
that
1-3.
no, but they're all playing each other.
Yeah,
No, all the group. No,
it's
but they're
5
all
teams in
playing.
the group,
No,
and they're all playing 4 games, so you can go 1-3 out of them
no.
4 games.
I'm saying each. No, what I said was, what if all teams from one group went 1-3?
Oh no. That's not gonna
That
happen.
wouldn't be able to. Yeah, that
Yeah,
wouldn't be able
yeah,
to happen.
that
But
wouldn't be possible.
there's gonna be some 2-2s. There's gonna be some two. It's gonna be a lot of 2-2s and a lot
I
of
feel
three
like
and
there's gonna
ones.
be, yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of 2-2, so they're gonna have to figure out a tiebreaker some way somehow.
Well, so here's the tiebreaker, right? Here's the group play tiebreakers, right? Because you got so the tiebreaker in the event 2 or more teams are tied within a group. The tie among the teams will be broken according to these following tiebreakers in sequential order: head-to-head record in the group stage, point differential in the group stage, total points scored in the group stage, regular season record from the 22-23 NBA regular season,
Mm-hmm.
which is last year,
Yeah,
and random drawing in the unlikely scenario that 2 or more teams are still tied following the previous tiebreakers. So see, these tiebreakers are crazy, right?
yeah.
So you got the Bucks, Knicks, and the Heat. If they all go 2-2, then they got to come to these tiebreakers, right? And then that determines who wins the group. So, like I said, this is very similar to way Cup soccer is, because Cup soccer does the exact same thing when they have group stages and there's ties. So you have because Cup soccer, obviously you have 0-0 games, you have 1-1 games, they have ties in games. So they do all these different tiebreakers where they go to goal scored, goal differential,
Mm-hmm.
head-to-head record. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's a bunch of tiebreakers in cup soccer as well. So this is the same kind of idea. I think this this is going to teach American fans. American fans are going to be able to understand cup soccer more after really diving into this NBA Cup and understanding the rules of the NBA Cup. They'll have a better appreciation of how cup soccer works.
If I
Honestly.
understood the rules of soccer, like the line rules and everything, if I understood the rules a lot better, man, I probably would watch it more.
The rules are pretty easy. It's the strategy that, like, why do they kick the ball on one side and go to other? Like, what is and knowing the positions, like the midfielders, what do defenders, midfielders, and strikers, like, what are their responsibilities and what do they do? Like, and like, what are their plays? Like, like understanding how a play actually works. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think understanding the rules are not so offsides to me is all you need to really know is fucking offsides and out of bounds. Once you understand how offsides work, hockey though hockey the
Yeah, hockey
fucking
too. Hockey
hockey
too.
some of those rules those no what you don't just we stray off the subject a lot, but rugby, motherfucking rugby. Don't try to understand those fucking rules. That rugby is fucking sick. Like those rugby rules, like you can watch that game, you can watch an entire rugby game and still be totally confused about the rules or like what the fuck they're doing. Like why did they dribble once every like 50 fucking feet? Like they're running every and then they dribble the rock like once. Like and then they kick it through the small field goal. It's like two fucking field goals or something. It's like it's weird. Like and then
Yeah.
they'll do like a try and they actually
Mm.
have a touchdown. They have like a touchdown zone, right? Like they have a like come on. And then they put the
Oh,
ball in the middle of the scrum and then like
and the
they're
whole
scrumming
mosh
and then
pit thing.
and yeah, and somebody passes the ball through somebody's legs and then you run and then you can pass the ball back and like
Yeah,
and like
that's strange. That was me.
and
That's strange.
you can kick the ball. You can kick the ball forward. You can't throw it forward. You can only throw the ball back, I believe, right? So you can throw the ball back, so like a lateral, but you can't throw the ball forward. But you can kick the ball forward, and then you got to run and down it. So if you kicked it, can you be the first one to touch it, or are you the only one that can be the first one on your team to touch it?
I have no clue.
See
I
what I'm
have,
saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah.
it
But
don't
okay,
make
back.
sense.
All right, back to back to our scheduled
That's
program.
how we do it, though. That's how we do it. MCXP. So,
fuck,
so who
fuck
are we
that game.
choosing out of this? Who are we choosing out of this group? Bucks, Knicks, Heat, Wizards, Hornets. I'm
Uh,
saying Heat. I'm saying Heat first.
4 games. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bucks. We just talking 4 games. I'm gonna go Bucks.
Okay, no Bucks. All right, so the last group, Group C, you got the Celtics, the Raptors, the Nets, the Bulls, and the Magic.
4 games. I'm gonna go Celtics. We're just talking
Celtics.
4 games. Yeah,
Now we
Celtics.
have to.
I I hate. You know what? No, I'm not. I hate the Celtics, bro. I'm gonna say Nets. Nets are coming out of this group.
Now you still got to pick.
So there's
Well,
still 2 more teams. There's still 2 more teams, right? Because 8 teams is
yeah,
coming out.
yeah,
So we got 6 teams, and then there's 2 wild card teams.
yeah, yeah.
So those are
Whoever you feel out the West,
the,
whoever you
the
feel out
team
the
with the
East.
best standing, the team with the best standing in group play games in each of the 6 groups, and 1 wild card team from each conference. The wild card team will be the team from each conference with the best record in group play. In the event 2 or more teams are tied for the wild card, the tie among the teams will be broken following the same tiebreaker protocol as described above, with the exception of the head-to-head record in group stage because they may not have played each other. And then ties within groups will be broken before the calculation of wild card tiebreakers.
Let's go, Mavs.
All right, so we got in the West. So we're gonna pick 4 teams from each conference. So in the West, we got Lakers, Nugget. Well, you got Mavs. So let's just pick one team. So let's say Mavs, Lakers, Mavs, Warriors. Now, what's our wild card?
I would say like Sacramento.
Not the Nuggets or the Suns.
I'm
So if we
looking at it.
got
I'm saying Mavs as a hopeful wish, but we can say Lakers. We can say Lakers, Nuggets. We can say
okay,
Warriors, Lakers,
okay.
Nuggets, Warriors, and then that fourth team could be. I I think it could be easily Sacramento after based off what they did this past year. I think that's an up and coming squad.
Yeah, I mean they can do pretty good in their group, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Mavs can easily go 3-1 in that group. I mean the Kings. I'm sorry, the Kings can go 3-1 in that group. So
Mm-hmm.
the Warriors and the Kings can both go 3-1.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So that's what we're looking at. We're looking at stuff like that. So the Warriors and Kings say both of those teams go 3-1 in their group. Then they have a tiebreaker. Then you got to do a tiebreaker between the Warriors and the Kings. And then if the Warriors win that tiebreaker, then they'll win the group.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the Warriors will win the group. Now, if you get two 3-1 teams out of Group B, say Denver and Mavericks both go 3-1. Now, the way that works is Denver and Mavericks do a tiebreaker. Let's say Denver wins the tiebreaker again, so the Nuggets get the tiebreaker. Now, Golden State is the winner of Group C. Denver is the winner of Group B, and let's say the Lakers are just a straight out winner of Group A. They didn't need a tiebreaker,
Right.
and they went 4-0 or some bullshit like that. Let's just make something up just for the sake of argument, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
you got the Kings and the Mavericks have to have a tiebreaker for that wild card spot.
Right. Right.
So if they're tied after all of the tiebreakers, then it's random.
Yeah.
So then they just basically flip a coin. So that's what that means. So it'd be a coin flip, basically. It's a coin toss. So you pick heads or tails, and whoever gets the luckiest gets that wild card spot. So let's say the Kings won the wild card. So out of the West, we got the
The
Lakers,
Nuggets, the Warriors, the Kings.
the Nuggets, Warriors, and Kings. All right. Now out of the East, we got the Sixers. Let's just say the Heat. Let's go with the Heat, and then the
Celtics
Celtics, and then Celtics. And now, who is our wild card out of this group?
out of the
Out of the East,
East.
or wild card.
That to me is going to be either
Probably,
Milwaukee.
yeah, or New York maybe, or maybe. Yeah, Milwaukee. Yeah, let's just give it to Milwaukee
Okay. Just
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 so we
just
just so we can get through this. So we can get through this. Okay.
just
So
just just
now
for
so
fun.
now we got our 8 teams.
Yep.
So now we go to the knockout round. Okay, the knockout round, single elimination games for the 8 teams that advance. Games played in the first and second rounds of the knockout rounds. Quarter full counts of each round during the knockout rounds. Okay, here we go. This is the match. That's why I'm looking for the matchups. A formulaic approach will determine the matchups for these games using the group play standings in each conference, 5th through 15th. Okay, 2 of the 22 games will be scheduled cross-conference since there will be an odd number of teams in each conference that do not advance to the quarterfinals. These cross-conference games will be scheduled between bottom-finishing teams in the group play stage, subject to travel constraints, and no team will play more than one of its 2-game cross-conference.
Since
The
we don't,
other 20 games will be scheduled within conference featuring teams that are otherwise scheduled to play each other over 3 times over the court. Okay, this shit is convoluted, low-key. I would have to really sit here and read this shit to understand it.
yeah,
So
for the
I,
for the
I
sake of
don't
the
really.
for the sake of the shows, man, we almost at a time. Now I'm just we'll just break it down. Let's just say I mean, because we don't know records, so we'll just say Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors and Kings, 76ers, Heat, Celtics and Bucks.
Okay, so okay? What? Okay, wait. So you wrote down our 8 teams, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's go Lakers and Nuggets. Who wins?
So is this our? Are we at the eliminate? We're at the knockout round.
Yeah, we have the knockout right now.
Okay. So this is one game, huh?
Yeah. One game, Lakers and Nuggets.
Nuggets.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to be biased. I'm a Lakers fan, but
I
the
was ready
Nuggets
for the
beat
bias.
the Nuggets beat us in the playoffs, so I'm not gonna be biased. I'm not gonna be biased.
Warriors and Kings.
Warriors.
Warriors. Okay. 76ers and Heat.
The Heat.
Celtics and Bucks.
The Bucks.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay.
If the Lakers got to lose in the knockout round, those Celtics got to lose in the knockout round first game.
All right. So between the Nuggets and Warriors, who wins out the West?
Nuggets.
Okay. Heat and Bucks.
The Heat.
Wow. And we have an NBA Finals repeat. That could be crazy. I'm gonna remember this. If it ends up being an NBA Finals repeat in this tournament, that's gonna be crazy.
So the championship game is Nuggets and Heat.
Yep. That's crazy. And I'm gonna give it to the Nuggets. That'll be crazy.
Are you gonna give it to the Nuggets? So the Nuggets win the first NBA Cup. The Nuggets gonna win the first NBA Cup.
That'll be wild.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm gonna remember that on this show, though. If I'm gonna remember that. We're gonna take
that's
that.
Crazy.
We're gonna watch this, man, and we're gonna definitely remember that.
Definitely. See how fun this could be, though. I think it's gonna be interesting. I love the idea of a tournament inside the actual fucking season.
Yeah,
I kind of love the idea of a tournament. I wonder how the trophy is gonna look.
You ain't seen
it's
the
gonna be interesting. The NBA Cup trophy?
Yeah, you ain't seen it?
No, where's the picture of that trophy?
They unveiled it at the thing at like the what is it?
Oh, is this it right here? This is it right here. Okay, that is like a square on the bottom. It's like a cup or something. It's like
yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's the trophy. Okay, I got you. Hey, did you see the Did you see the chain they gave to the? They're gonna give to the winner of the home run derby.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. I see.
It got a spinner. It's like a spinner. It's like a spinning chain. It's like they got like a spinner in the middle of that chain. I was wondering why Mookie got into the home run derby, and then they was like, "Oh yeah, the winner of the home run derby is getting this chain." I'm like, Mookie think he's slick. He's trying to get a chain. They want that. They want that chain. They want that chain. So they getting into that home run derby.
I need to see who's doing what, man. And I'm gonna figure out, man, because home run derby, that's my thing, man. But y'all, man, that's how that goes, man. MCXP Radio in the studio, y'all know how we do it, man. They read and broke. We always have a good time. We tend to go off the subject a little bit. That's the camaraderie that we got, man. We can do that, man. And definitely, I hope we can do a lot more on Friday. Seriously. But I'm gonna be hitting you up on the text.
Okay. Oh, we still missing a couple things though, right?
What's up?
So they're gonna name a most valuable player. So who's the most valuable? Who's the most valuable player of the NBA Cup?
Well, if it's Nuggets winning, I think the automatic is gonna go to Joker.
So Joker, okay.
And then automatically goes to Joker.
There's and then the all tournament team. So there'll be an all tournament. So what? So we talking 5 guys, I guess.
That I'm not sure.
What does the all tournament team consist of? 5 players?
I don't know. And I to be honest, I really don't care about that. The all tournament team.
The all tournament team? I don't think anybody gonna care about that. I don't think unless they giving out something for that. But
yeah.
But Damn, bro. I kind of don't like the fact that we picked Denver to win this.
We'll just keep it on the brain. We'll just remember it. We'll remember it.
I kind of don't like that. But that's the way. I mean, that's the way it rocked out, right? I mean,
Yeah, man. But that's what makes this interesting. That's what makes this interesting. You have definitely piqued my interest in this. Because now I kind
okay.
of want
So now that we picked Denver to win, who else can win this though? Who else? I think the Suns can realistically win this.
no.
What? Oh, you hate the Suns.
You
Bro,
hate the Celtics.
they got Bill though, but
You
they
hate
got
the
Bill.
Celtics.
But the Celtics didn't get Bradley Beal though.
I don't care. You hate the Celtics, so you didn't pick
I,
Celtics. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is.
but
We know what it is.
the Suns have Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal, bro, and
Sorry.
Booker
Sorry.
and Bookman.
Sorry.
Bookman. The
Talking about
Bookman.
crybaby.
Oh, crybaby. Ooh, those are hard words, man. You calling him a
said it. I've said it on plenty of my
You calling him a crybaby.
I've said it on this show. I've said it on Big Game Sports Entertainment. I've said it on the Chop Shop. I have said it, and I will still go on record. Fuck Phoenix. I like the old school Phoenix, Kevin Johnson and all them boys, Cedric Ceballos, all of them. The Dan Marley, Charles Barkley era. This new Phoenix team, anyway. I like KD though. I do like KD. I do like B. But aside from that, y'all can kick rocks. Personally. And then,
Right, was that Ori was that Ori on Phoenix when he threw the towel in the old boy face? Was he on Phoenix when he did that?
I don't think Robert Horry
What team was he on when he did that?
I don't know, but he played with Lakers. He played with
because they traded his ass to the Lakers right after that happened.
I think he played with Houston.
Ceballos was on the Lakers. You remember Ceballos' rap song, man?
I don't remember that, but I do remember him doing that blind dog.
Cedric Ceballos had a rap song, bro. He came out with a rap song.
That wouldn't surprise me, man. That wouldn't surprise me at all. It is what it is. MCXP Radio, y'all in the studio. That's how we do it. A Reed and my boy Broken. Of course, I always like to end the show, man. If you, like I said earlier, man, if you guys got anything to do with mental health, that hotline, please go out there, get you some help, seek some help, find somebody that can talk to, somebody that can listen to you, help you out with your ideas and everything like that. There's always help on the other side, man. But for myself, for Broken, for Big Game Sports and Entertainment, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Like, subscribe, hit the bell, all of that good stuff, man. And definitely, I will see you guys next week, of course, man. All right? Y'all take it easy, man. Much love to y'all.
Peace out.
Cruising in a Rari with the hair and nails and toes done. Always keep it stylish. Never gonna give me.
Gonna make a lot of women mad at this one, but it's alright.
Never gonna get a shot at romance.